Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 15 of the Real Talk Anime Podcast. You're joined by your regular host today. I'm Anise, aka Link. We have Cooper, aka Brook.
How's it going, guys?
And as usual, of course, we got Quarbit, aka Carter.
Hello.
I don't know why I say how's it going, guys, because, I'm not asking the audience. Obviously, I'm asking you guys, but I already kind of know how you're going. But actually, do I know how is it going, guys?
Yeah, that's true. It's going well, dude. It's the end of another term.
Yep.
So for me, at least, for me and Cooper, I mean, we're starting school kind of soon.
Yeah, and I got exams coming up. I got one in 2 days and then one day after, so totally studying right now. Let's go.
So I'm actually particularly interested to know how's it going for Carter, aka Quarbit Gaming, who is a special focus for today's episode.
Ooh, let's go.
Heading into his summer break, he's gonna have a lot more time for his YouTuber career in his schedule.
Kind of not really, but yeah,
not really.
Kind of not really, but
why is that?
I'm also just gonna take up a course over the summer as well.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to get a couple out of the way.
Dude cannot catch a break.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can tell, the
Mm-hmm.
theme of today's episode is YouTube.
Yes, it is.
And like Cooper said, makes sense because Quarbit is a YouTuber.
Wow,
And
crazy.
This entire
cringe to
time
hear
we've
someone else
kind of
say.
subtly acknowledged it, but never really talked about it in depth or actually dived into any detail about his life. Or
like we haven't kept it a secret. It's not like we're hiding it, obviously. I mean, dude's using the same profile picture, same name and everything. And
I've told other people that I'm on the podcast.
We also have
his, know this.
We also have his YouTube linked on our YouTube page, in case somehow, in case we somehow get random people that watch the podcast that also like the stuff that Carter puts on his channel. So it's not a mystery.
It's not a
that's
secret.
just been solved. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of an elephant in the room though a little bit.
Yeah. We definitely didn't address it, we definitely didn't sit down on the first episode and it's like, hey, you guys definitely all know Quarbit Gaming from the Quarbit Gaming channel over at Quarbit Gaming with all these subscribers. But yeah, so Quarbit is a YouTuber and you've been doing really well lately. Well, in the last year or something, a little more than that actually, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty okay for for small channel standards, I guess. Not bad at least.
How many subs are you at now?
I am at 20.5K.
Damn,
right
bro.
now. Yeah.
See, I'm considering we're in a community as I guess anime podcasters, but even podcasters in general, where most podcasts are basically just irrelevant, to be honest with you. And most podcasts on YouTube specifically don't really have that many subs, even if they have a lot of regular viewers.
Mm-hmm.
From that perspective, it's kind of huge. Not gonna lie, you're kind of famous from that lens, dude.
I guess so, kind
how does
of.
it feel?
It feels the same as every single day when I wake up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Fame has not impacted this man's life whatsoever.
Well, it's not like it happens overnight. It's not like I wake up and I have 20.5K. It's like you do it for a couple of years and you work hard and watch it grow over time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no.
Yo, you know what though? I actually want to, because obviously we talk about your YouTube all the time, not on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I probably asked you this before, but I kind of forget what you said if I did, and it's kind of just how did you not quit somewhere along the way? Obviously, it everyone has something usually that they will not give up on. Maybe for some people it'll be school, or maybe some people it's sport that they'll never stop even if they can't make it competitively or anything like that. And you could say that for us right now, I guess technically it's a podcast, but right now I definitely couldn't say in 5 years I'll definitely be doing this and I'll have I'll be doing well and it'll be consistent and all that. I mean, hopefully it is, but I can't say that, right? So when I think back to when we were a lot younger and you still had the channel and you had way less subscribers,
I had 30 subs.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 at most.
Yeah, definitely less than 1,000 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember you were consistently putting out videos and not that many people watched them, speaking frankly. And then yeah, I don't know, dude. How did you not just literally just give it up?
Well, there were a couple of times when I considered it. And I remember one particular time where I spent a really long time making a video, like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then I put it out, and it got literally 17 views, and I was devastated. And I was like, damn, what is the point of putting so much effort into things people aren't going to watch? But I'm glad I did continue. I don't even know the reason why I decided not to quit, actually. I don't even have a good answer. I'm just like, you know what? Eventually something will stick. There's always, like, you hear those stories of the people who, like, one thing
just like if you keep
is
going,
all it
eventually
takes.
sometime will make.
And
something
that's
out of
what that's what it took for me. All it took was one thing. Back in, was it 2019 or is it, no, it's 2019, yes. So back in 2019, I put out like a particular set of videos that got up to like 50,000 views each or something.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's when I went from like having like 500 subs to, you know, I went all the way up to like 2,000 in that general period over like a month and a half.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and that was a really good time. I mean, that's when people start to watch another video of yours and then recognize that it's you, right? So you have these people who come back, and that's when it really, you know, starts to take off.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I sort of get that, because like obviously with our podcast, like there's like a couple people that we get like as kind of like regular commenters, or like even some people that like DM every now and then on Instagram to say that it was a good episode, then when we like the day after we put it out or something. And it's like, damn, that's kind of nice. But then it becomes like a larger amount of people, and then it becomes a community, and then eventually it becomes like
and then
a
you
fan
make a
base.
Discord.
It's just a
and then
matter
you
of
have more
exposure
people
at the start. You just kind of need that one thing that people are going to watch, and then they're going to be like, oh, nice. And then they go through the backlog.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, like, I've been doing that like right now because like right now, to be honest, like I'm not watching that much anime, other than like a few seasonals. Because last season, there was so many shows, so I didn't have time really to watch that many like non-seasonals.
Yeah.
But then after that season ended, obviously we still got a decent lineup this time around, but like it just is not as, you know.
Anis, I'm gonna. This is blasphemous for like the guy of Real Talk Anime who watches all the anime, but
yeah,
I haven't seen a single episode of this season's anime. Like not even one. Not even an episode.
Like I was gonna say, like I'm watching like 4 right now. There's like 4 or 5 that I'm watching right now, and I'm not sure which ones I'm gonna stick with the whole way through.
Yeah.
so like not to change the topic too much, obviously, but like I'm not watching that much anime basically right now, and so I'm watching a lot more YouTube and a lot more Twitch and a lot more random stuff, really, to be honest. And yeah, like actually, funny enough, there's this guy that like Connor, like CDog VA from Trash Taste, mentioned on their podcast, and I think I mentioned it to you guys a few times in Discord. Like this guy named Reckless Ben, and like he just does like these kind of like, they're kind of like prank videos, but they're way more elaborate and like way more complex and also very like reckless. I mean, it's in the name. And like it's just way more entertaining than like your average like I'll slap a guy in the face on the street and then give him $5 pranks.
Yeah, or like I'll commit some local crime.
Yeah, like his are like elaborate schemes, like getting involved in the Church of Scientology, and like basically he like, it's almost like you could almost say that he's like a filmmaker in a sense, because like they're all pranks actually, and the production quality definitely isn't that great, but like he does actually like document everything he sees, but then like makes memes out of them and like fucks around and trolls people. So that like his channel revolves around trolling.
Wait, so when you say prank on the Church of Scientology, you mean more than just like putting whoopee cushions on the chair of like the minister, right?
Yeah, no, like he went in with like spy glasses, and he did like a 9-part series or something, and like he was there for like a few weeks, I think, and like he became like a pretty like core member. Like he joined like the inner organization of the Church of Scientology.
Jeez.
And called like the C organization, I think it's called. And like there was like famous people, and like rich people, and just like CEOs and stuff that were all Scientologists.
Did they know who he was?
Apparently not.
Okay.
So, because he doesn't actually have that many subs. He has like 100 and something K subs, I think. So like he has a lot, but like it's not like
so
Logan Paul walks into the
how
Church
long
of
did it take him to get into that layer?
So I think it took him like a week or something.
So it doesn't take that much to be among us in the Scientology church.
Yeah,
the imposter.
Among Us reference to the Real Talk Anime podcast.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, like I'm not going to talk too much about it because like I don't want to like summarize the whole thing on this podcast.
Yeah.
But like essentially like a lot of things led up to different circumstances and it's just fucking hilarious. And then eventually they realized and they kicked him out. And yeah, Scientology's fucked up. But anyway, like I only watched this guy because because Connor mentioned him on the Trash Taste podcast. And then I ended up like we're talking about backlogs, right? So I ended up watching pretty much every video on his channel except for like some of his really old stuff that's like really outdated or just like not that interesting to me.
Wait, sorry, Anis. Do you mind if I cut you off for a second and go a little bit more on a tangent on how easy it is to become a member of certain religions?
Yeah, sure.
So, my girlfriend applied to be a minister, and I think this is Christianity, and
okay.
literally anybody can do it. And once you get your certification, which is absolutely just like signing a form, you can marry people.
Oh,
that's cool. You can become a.
Wait, it's so funny that you say that, dude.
Yeah.
Because they did another series on the Reckless Ben channel.
Yeah.
where they did like a flat earther reality TV show. And so basically what they did is that they got like an entire fake production crew and fake actors, which was basically just like the guy and his friends, like yeah. And they basically pretended that they were I forget what TV channel and they recruited this guy named Nate Thompson, right? And Nate Thompson's like the leader of like the biggest organization of flat earthers in the US or something.
Okay.
Like you can find him if you look him up. And basically he's just like a crazy guy and like he's like pretty racist and misogynistic and whatever. But like he's also a flat earther. So not that I'm associating those things, but that's definitely some of the things that his clan were preaching. But yeah, and so he was the only one who was not in on the fact that this is a fake show, that they were just trolling him. And they pretended they were Harvard students, and they did like a fake experiment to prove that the Earth was flat. And like they supposedly proved the Earth was flat, broke a record of making the giant magnet ever made by humans, and like the dude bought all of it, right? And then at the end of the series, like they trolled so much, at the end of the series, they ended up one of the guys at one of the flat Earth meetups actually happened, I guess, to be a minister or something, a person that could marry people, right?
Yeah.
And so so they made like a flat Earth proposal at the flat Earth like thing, and they pretended to get married, and then the guy actually married them for his first time ever doing it. But he actually had his card on him at the flat Earth meetup.
Damn.
And so he married them on like Venice Beach or somewhere in the fucking States, like
that's crazy.
On the West Coast, yeah. And he married them.
I guess it really
like this whole meme.
If you want a job that takes zero education, zero skills. And you get a cool title too, because then you become, if you got it, you'd be Reverend Anise. You could, instead of Mr. Anise, you're Reverend Anise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Jesus Christ. So your girlfriend wasn't, is she actually gonna get it?
No, she got her like 2-year anniversary email for getting it. Like
so she's already had it.
She literally already has it.
What the hell?
That's a lot of power.
Yeah. I wonder how that works. Like let's say someone says they want to get married, and I mean you're legally allowed to do it, and you have the certification or whatever. It's like, do you have to fill out some paperwork? Like, are you the one who has to do anything, or do they just? Because I think the wedding ceremony is not actually the legal thing. Like usually you go separately and like sign papers at like the city hall or something.
Yeah, you do have to sign something at City Hall, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like you go another day or like before.
Like the wedding's a ceremony, and then you have to be like, you have to be
is there like a
legally.
So then what kind of certification do you need? Is it like a religious certification then? It's not actually like
I guess so.
Or
maybe it's just like a symbolic thing, and once a minister has like done the ceremony, there's no like certificate. It's just like
yeah.
Or I wonder if like the minister has to like also sign or something, be like that's the person that wed these two.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
they have to go. Maybe they have to go after the ceremony. It's like, this is the guy that did it. But I don't see why that would matter. Like, you could get your dad to do it technically, right? Like, they just say a bunch of words, right? Yeah. I mean,
and also
from a
like who's actually gonna need that documentation of religious marriage anyways? Is like the church isn't gonna come knocking on your door.
And like, it's like, yeah, actually, as a priest of the church, I'm going to give you guys a discounted tax rate. Since the church obviously still rules the people in every country ever. No, yeah, that's still kind of weird, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's also cool.
It's like if you
what were
lose
we
your
even talking about
papers
before?
when you go to hell, they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, man, you didn't get married. That's sex before marriage." Sorry.
Yeah, actually, what they do is that if the reverend or like the minister that marries people, like if he gets 3 people that divorce, it's 3 strikes and you're out.
Yeah.
To get rid of your certification.
Oh shit!
It's like bowling.
And so you can't marry people anymore, and you're actually banned from the church.
And you go to
You
hell.
get-
They
you
check
get
your certification at
excommunicated.
the gates.
Yeah, it's like a passport. It's a passport. When you arrive at the gates, they have to decide where to redirect you. And then they see the 3 stamps on your passport, and they're like, well, dude, you tried to be a good guy, but clearly you weren't cut out for it.
Yeah, you set up the wrong people, my dude.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
Oh my
Every
God.
single
Good
religious
tangent.
person that's watching this podcast has just unsubscribed.
Yeah, there it is.
Literally.
It's gone. It's over. Now where were we?
Yeah, we were talking about like backlogs, and basically just like you find like someone that you like on YouTube. You like have a big break. People start finding you. They're like, oh, this guy's kind of sick, and they start watching literally all your videos.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's what is probably happening for a lot of your old videos too. I mean, now that you've grown quite a bit.
A couple of the old ones, yeah. I mean, if I
Yeah.
check, let's see here.
Yeah, because like I remember there was like one video a while back that you talked about. I think it was probably one of the ones that you were talking about from 2019 that got a lot of views. But then now
Mhm.
every now and then you're like, yeah, I have this one video that got like this many views. I'm like, holy shit, dude, that's so much.
Yeah, I have one video that I made back in 2019, which
Yeah.
currently has 237,000 views.
Sheesh.
But for the first, let's see, like 180 days, it had
Yeah.
for the first 160 days, it had less than 10,000.
Damn.
So for the first like half a year, it had less than 10,000, and then it just started really going up. So yeah, it's pretty good
yeah,
stuff.
I mean, we have a professional here.
Yeah, literally.
something like that.
Speaking of professional, I don't know if people have noticed, but Quarbit got a good mic.
I did get a new microphone. Yeah, it is the Shure SM7V, otherwise commonly or popularly known as the microphone that was used to record Michael Jackson's "Scream." You know that song? Yeah,
I actually don't.
You
I'm
It's
sorry.
an old song, so that's fair
Okay.
enough.
Damn,
But yeah,
old song, old microphone. I guess maybe.
it actually is an old microphone. I'm not even kidding. They just if it's not,
Yeah,
if
they've
it ain't
probably,
broke, don't
like-
fix it, right?
They probably like, improved it or something.
Yeah, I mean, I
No,
don't know
not-
anything about
not
microphone
really.
technology, but is an old microphone like that worth having? Is it like?
No, it's not it's not the fact that it's old. It's the fact that it's so good that they haven't had to change it.
Oh,
I mean, so
okay.
many like more professional and like higher budget podcasts have this mic that
Yeah.
you're using.
This is
So, I
the
mean,
microphone that I think the Trash Taste podcast uses.
Hmm.
So
yeah, we love Trash Taste, so we
Yeah, there we
we will
go.
bring them
Big
up
fans.
basically every single episode. I think
gotta
we actually
emulate
have
them, right?
It's the
Yeah.
new Jujutsu Kaisen Trash Taste.
Yeah, literally.
well, now that
Hey,
you mentioned Jujutsu Kaisen, I mean, you just
Yeah, now that I mentioned that, it's another
yeah,
mention.
there
Let's
you
go. The
It's
streak
It's
so-
literally a
continues.
self-fulfilling prophecy at this point.
The streak continues. I might have to buy some Jujutsu Kaisen merch, even though I don't care that much.
Yeah,
Just so you can
get,
bring it
oh,
up
we could do
next
like
time.
Jujutsu
Yeah.
Kaisen X Real Talk merch.
Oh yeah,
There we
yeah. We
go.
could.
Be the only 3 people in the world walking around with them when nobody buys it.
Well, someone
We
Yeah,
could
asks
send
you,
one off
you
to
can
Tom
tell 'em.
Gibbs. Hopefully,
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I
Special
wanted to talk
thanks
about that
to-
Tom Gibbs episode because we're talking about YouTube
Mhm.
and like obviously for us as technically we're YouTubers.
That's true. Professional YouTubers.
Yeah, professional YouTubers with 1 out of 3 having the Shure SM7B podcasting microphone.
You know
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so if people who are listening right now, if you haven't seen this and you were watching, if you haven't seen the Tom Gibbs episode that we did last
The legendary
episode.
Tom Gibbs
Mhm.
episode.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, we uploaded an episode with the English voice actor of Shikamaru Nara from Naruto. And like, I feel like I've said that a million times now. Like,
Yeah.
and he also said that a million times. I'm Tom Gibbs, Shikamaru Nara from Naruto. And he does that every single time. And it was such a sick episode to do.
It
Because
was great. Yeah.
obviously we're
Mhm.
relatively new around these parts, right? We've collabed with a few people, kind of only. I mean, technically we've only collabed with one other podcast, right?
True.
And a few friends. And so we got like, Anime Gensho, those guys are sick. We got like
Shoutouts
Hamza, we had Justin on once. And I think that's pretty much all the guests other than Tom, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so like most of our episodes are just us and nothing fancy schmancy, But like, you look for your shot, you shoot your shot, and then eventually you can score an opportunity with someone cool. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil what we talked about because that was an awesome episode and you guys should definitely go see it.
Yeah, what we talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't get the joke, go listen.
Go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, go watch it. It's actually funny too because I remember like I'm not going to talk too much about the behind the scenes, but I remember like Tom posted a promo for us, right? Like we made a little promo, and that was really helpful for us because obviously we don't reach that many people with our little Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, right? So like Tom posted something and that helped a lot, and a lot of people found our podcast, and it was a good episode for us, obviously. And we'd love to do more like that. So we're trying to see if we can get more awesome people on the show. But also, it's kind of funny because obviously Tom Gibbous is pretty well known, and he has a lot of fans on Instagram. Like his comments are pretty funny. Like usually. So like I obviously was only checking because it was the post that he made about the episode that we did, but like I checked some of his other ones just because I thought it was funny, because what I was noticing is that like there's a lot of comments that are just like, "Oh, I love your voice is so cool." It's like classic,
Yeah, the
voice
fanboy.
actor.
Yeah.
The fanboy. Then you got the guy that's please answer to my DMs, right?
Yeah.
And there's
AKA
so
us.
many of them. And then some of them are original too. Like some of them are creative with it. Like they're like, "Yo, he's not going to answer this if I just say please check your DMs if you have time," right? So they say like, "Hey, I know it's a drag, but please check the DMs."
Yeah, I know it's a drag. Please check your DM. The Hokage needs your help.
You gotta change your name to a podcast name though, because apparently that's what set us apart. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at this point, he's kind of blown up. So like what happened is like after the episode. So this is not because of us, but just like after the episode, like he already before he was making an effort to like be more like active on social media and stuff like that. And like he talked a bit about this in the episode where his inbox is starting to overflow a little bit. Like he always has like so many Instagram DMs and it's basically impossible to get to all of them. And so he started doing Cameo, which is like a service that like people can like go pay and you can get like a custom message recorded from him. But then what he also did recently, like I just saw it yesterday, is he made a TikTok, right? And apparently it's super easy to blow up on TikTok because this guy has like 70,000 followers now.
Damn.
His Instagram has like 8K followers or something, dude. So people be scrolling through Instagram.
Yeah.
And his first TikTok was just like, "Hey, I'm Tom Gibbous," and he shows like a poster of Shikamaru and puts it back down and he says who he is. And after that, like I think he said like apparently I've blown up on TikTok, and he had like 3 TikToks when I checked, and one of them was like a random fact. Do you guys know what pufflings are? What's a puffling? Or
no idea.
Puffling?
Okay, he's like he's like welcome to Random Facts with Shikamaru, and then he had like a random fact, and it was like, did you know that the babies of puffers are called pufflings or something like that? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think I know it is. Yeah, I think it's a type of bird, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, he said that, and it got like 300,000 likes.
Honestly, I think more people. I'm gonna say young people with like a heavy air of like air quotes there, but
yeah,
more young people use TikTok these days than
Instagram
for just like casual scrolling and like following people.
Yeah, and like I think
Instagram is slowly becoming
for a lot of people.
It's slowly becoming like the Facebook of our generation.
So, like, the boomer,
maybe
the older kid thing.
In 20 years,
yeah, like people in like their
20s
all have an Instagram.
Yeah, because Facebook, for us growing up, Facebook was obviously still used a lot, and like technically we use Facebook. We don't actually. We just have it for like family, I guess.
Yeah.
But like it's really just our grandmas and our parents and stuff that use Facebook.
Yeah.
But then like my sister, who's like not that much older, uses Facebook as like her main. She still uses Instagram a lot, but like Facebook is definitely like one of her main things. And then actually, it's funny too because yesterday, because like she's teleworking, so she went for a bike ride, and and it was like near the end of the day, so she's pretty sure she could log off, but just in case, she didn't want to miss a message. So at one point, she called me and just asked me to go check her work laptop and see if she got any messages, right? And she did.
Yeah.
So I had to respond to this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I read her the message. She told me exactly what to type, so it was easy. No worries. I sent the message. And she's like, oh, and like his message, right? And so this is Microsoft Teams, right?
Yeah.
And and so like could either mean one of two things, right? Thumbs up or heart, right?
Okay.
But she said like, and to me, a like is a heart.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that she meant thumbs up. I said, well, thumbs up just means like okay, like acknowledge. And she was like, no, that's not true. Thumbs up means like you like that. It's like, no, that's what thumbs up is. She's like, no, thumbs up is love. It's like heart, And so we had a debate about it. And then she put up a poll on her Instagram, and 75% of people said that like is thumbs up. And then we realized that, first of all, it was a sample bias. Like, she was asking all her followers, which are all people who are her age and from her generation. So that's the first thing. And they call like thumbs up because of Facebook, and we call like heart because of Instagram.
Instagram and
if
TikTok,
we grew up on Facebook, we would have said that like is thumbs up, but we didn't. And so we realized that literally a few years of age gap, like literally like so little amount of time, is a difference between the different perception of a word. Like, how crazy is that, right? And so yeah, apparently it was apparently she was worried that the guy would think it was kind of weird.
I mean, I'd probably think it was kind of weird if somebody left a heart on my message.
I didn't think about it, right? I just kind of did it because I thought, well, she said like.
I mean,
like if she told me to type something like vulgar, I probably would have done it because she knows best, right? Like,
it's like, boss, fuck you, I'm quitting. It's like, okay, whatever you say.
Yeah, it's like, it's like, hey, so I saw that you missed a few emails about this thing. It's like, oh, well, I fucked your mom last night, and and by the way, I love your message.
Thank you.
But yeah, like, you're right. I think that like, from a marketing perspective, like, not just for podcasts, but literally any type of YouTube and any type of like really any type of marketing, it could be even companies and stuff like that, the ones that are already on TikTok are definitely, I think, doing the right thing. Because
do you think we should get on TikTok then?
Maybe we should.
We should. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I know Chris from the Weebaholics podcast.
Yeah.
He has a TikTok for his podcast, and I know that they've gotten a lot of like TikTokers onto their show and like interviewed them. And apparently, like, well, I don't want to make it sound like just business, but like, apparently it's like a good market. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, yeah,
like there's a good reception, and like,
I mean,
the cool thing about TikTok is that, I mean,
I think we
can put a lot of information in one scroll, right? Like, you scroll once, and you can. Not everyone will watch, obviously, but the people who do will get as much information as you want. And then obviously there's probably all sorts of ways to crack the algorithm on TikTok too, because a lot of people focus their time on that. So yeah, but it's just crazy that like a week or like 2 weeks after our episode with Tom Gibbs drops, dude blows up on TikTok.
Maybe we should ask him to repost his promo message.
Yeah, it's
right?
like, hey, I know we did this 2 weeks ago, and you posted the promo on your Instagram, but can you please just promote us on your TikTok too?
Like, you just drop on the TikTok too,
I mean, I feel like getting a TikTok set up wouldn't be that hard.
For sure.
And then, like, every now and then, we post videos like top 10 anime of the winter season.
Or just like random memes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like
where's podcast
TikTok
clips,
though. TikTok is definitely a more it appeals more to like, because like you feel like because like a lot of things that do well are like skits and like funny jokes that involve like the person being recorded, right?
Yeah.
And like obviously we haven't revealed. Well, I mean, Quarbit has revealed who he is and his face, but on his streams. And do you do that in your videos? Not really, right?
Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, but like me and Cooper haven't. Maybe in the future. I mean, I'm not really.
I'm not
that
like incredibly opposed to it.
Yeah, but like at least while we're small and it doesn't really add that much value, it doesn't really matter to me. So may as well just keep the lid down. Is that even an expression?
I mean,
not really, but all right.
No, we're keeping the lid down. It's new. That's how we're doing it.
Yeah, gotta make sure you get the good webcams before you.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not trying to use my 480p interview webcam for for the podcast. Yeah. But like I think doing like memes and random like plugs, as long as it's not like only promo. Like if you're like making a meme to promo, almost like an ad on your TikTok, I think that's like a good balance, because like people will be like, oh, this is kind of cool. But like I feel like when I'm on TikTok, because I scroll through TikTok sometimes too, obviously, right? It's like I'll go through, and if I see something that's like a blatant ad, and it doesn't say promoted, but it just is like a guy who's like, hey, so there's this really cool company, and I'm like, okay, next. Like
the other day I was trying out this new product, and it's actually
exactly.
really good. And
it's like, guys, there's this incredible anime podcast on YouTube called the Real Talk Anime Podcast.
These guys are
and they interviewed Tom Gibbous.
Whoa. Link in bio.
Yeah. No. But I feel like Instagram is a pretty shit marketing platform, not gonna lie.
It's not that bad, actually. I just don't think it's as good as TikTok. Like, it's not Facebook levels of bad yet.
Here's my issue with promoting on Instagram. Like Twitter, I feel like is way more user friendly for that kind of thing. Like obviously Instagram has its own business or like professional dashboard thing, and you can even pay to promote your thing. Like they'll shove it into their algorithm, and you can say what kind of audience you're targeting, and you'll pay more if you want more views. And like I've considered it for our shows before, but I've like just not really done my research, and I don't want to throw money into something that I haven't researched, right?
Yeah.
But something that's really stupid about Instagram is the way that stories and posts work with hyperlinks. Because if you want to link something to someone, you have to put it in your bio, right? That's the only way. And you can't just put it in your bio, because then it's just going to be raw text. You have to put it in the link section of your bio, which means that you can only put one link. And so people have workarounds by using link trees, link trees, where you'll click on it, and then it will be a simple page with like a colorful background and like 6 different buttons that you can click for all their links. It'll be YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
That's whatever. So like user friendly.
Why do we need this? Yeah, why do we need this whole redirect thing when you could just allow people to put more links in their bio or put them on posts? Like Snapchat, for example, you can link links on snaps. Like there's a paperclip. It's paperclip, right? Paperclips attach files normally and like links and stuff. Yeah. So like there's a paperclip, and you can literally just attach a link, and then if you slide up or scroll up or whatever, it will take you to that website in the built-in browser, and then you can open it in your own browser and all the normal stuff you can do from your phone, right? Imagine if Instagram had something like that, where you could just slide up on a story that wasn't an ad. If it's an ad, you can, but slide up on a regular story by a normal person,
it just keeps on going. Website.
Yeah, it seems like such an easy feature to implement too. Like, it's definitely not something that because Instagram's Facebook, it seems like something that Facebook engineers could definitely do, like, which means that they just either have not focused on it because it's not like their priority, or maybe they're specifically against doing it, which doesn't make any sense.
As far as I'm aware, their like prerogative with updates to Instagram are focused on using it as a marketing platform and getting paid to by people to advertise things. So
I mean, like don't get me wrong, Instagram like marketing or like Instagram like businesses and stuff is like actually huge, right? Like there are so many clothing stores, like Instagram, just Instagram famous people. There's a lot of people who are literally just Instagram famous.
Yeah, I found that weird.
Yeah, and they don't have a platform anywhere else. Like, it's not like they had a YouTube and then they went to Instagram and their followers went after them, or like they had something else and they transitioned to Instagram. Like, it's literally just Instagram. They blew up, maybe meme page, maybe they just post pictures of themselves and people like it, like stuff like that. And then they blow up. And then after that, they get sponsorships or they become models or whatever. And like, Instagram modeling and that whole thing. And you get into that and it's like, well, there's a lot of money in it. But then it's like, why isn't it a better marketing tool?
I find Instagram influencing like weird because I don't know the name of like a single Instagram influencer that isn't originally from like YouTube or Twitch or something, right? I don't really even get it, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe it's just incentive to pay money on their platform for marketing.
Yeah, I think
like your marketing
Instagram's
is
really
shit
good for
until you pay the money, and then people can swipe up on your ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of almost like a free trial or something, like a non-disclosed free trial and paid version. Yeah, I don't know, but like when I post on Twitter, like every time we post a video, I'll post a thumbnail on our Instagram. I'll say link in bio because there's no point in me pasting a YouTube link in the description of a post, and so it will just be raw text.
Yep.
And then
True.
and then I'll be like link in bio on the story, and I can't link anything onto the story, so
Yep.
can't do that either. And I'm like, okay, well, guys, please go to the bio. but you're asking for more action from the user, and I feel like the more action you want from the user, the harder it is, and the less efficient it is as like an ad, you know?
Yeah, people are so much less likely to click on an ad if they have to work just to click it.
Well, here, I'll give you a direct example. If I'm scrolling through Instagram stories, and you get an ad every now and then between stories.
Yeah.
And I'll see that it's like a Domino's pizza special deal, okay? And I'm like, well, I kind of wanted pizza today, actually, so maybe I'll take a look at this. So I'll scroll up because they paid for it, obviously. Big company, they got the funds.
Yeah.
And I'll scroll up and it'll take me straight to their website. I'll look at the deal. I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll go look at this on my actual browser now. So then I'll go to Domino's website on my browser and I'll look into it because now I'm actually motivated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by that, once you're already hooked, it's like it's whatever. Like you can ask them to do whatever the fuck you want. They'll put in their credit card number.
Yeah, now you're interested in you're interested in the product.
Exactly. But like before that, if I wasn't able to swipe up and I actually had to go to my browser and search Domino's just to see what the deal was, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, if you had to click on like Domino's profile, and then click on like a link, that's already like you're probably like half as likely to open up the actual ad.
Exactly. Like it's so unless I'm literally the exact target audience of the ad, if there's no link, I'm probably not going to go looking for it.
Yeah, it's just how it works.
If I'm the specific target audience, like I was looking exactly for that thing, the phone's listening, it knows. In those cases, sometimes I'll go looking just because I'm curious, but that's because I'm already interested. But obviously, when you're putting out ads, you're trying to get people who aren't, yet decided or whatever as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where you're going to get most of your people anyway. So,
I mean,
Twitter is so much easier.
Imagine if you're on YouTube, right? And you're getting like recommendations in your home feed, but those recommendations, instead of being links, they're just like they're literally just like ads, right? And you had to like click on the profile and then look for the video just to watch the video.
Or after it was just pictures, like still frames.
Yeah, just still frames. Like you couldn't like
and
hover
it was just
over
like
anything.
A big PNG on your YouTube homepage.
Yeah, just a PNG and a title, and you had to click on like.
And then you had to go to the search bar and search the name, and then go looking for the video too every time. That's exactly what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have to do that much just to find the thing that's in the ad, then it's not convenient enough. Like that's how it was back when you had TV ads, right? You had to call.
Yeah.
Or you had to go to the store.
At 1-800-555-5555.
And like obviously they still worked because then they would not be doing ads, right?
Yeah.
But it's so much more effective now that we have the technology to like just use the internet.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, then the other thing about those TV ads is that they ran for like some of them ran for literally like 10 minutes, like those infomercials that. And then like the whole time the phone is like right next to you, and you get like 10 minutes of some excited guy being like, "I will slap your nuts. That's slap chop. You're gonna love my nuts." And it's like, maybe I will love his nuts. What the hell? And then you start thinking
I was like,
about it.
call 1-800-267-2001 for a free bonus and no shipping costs.
You call in the next 3 seconds, you'll get an additional slap chop for free.
You know what? Like I feel like someone has told me this before, but I've always wondered like how do they know? Like the ad is gonna air on so many different channels and at different times, and people have different time zones.
They don't know.
So you can call at any time. You can say that I just saw the ad. Like if you see the ad, you can take down the number, and then the next day you can call them when you actually have time and wait after you think about it. I think they just do that because they want you to like buy it impulsively, right?
It creates a sense of urgency, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're like, the next 3 minutes, I have to call now, or else I won't get it.
Dude,
oh my god,
so
we should.
When I was working.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so when I was working at the company that I was working at most recently, like an engineering company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously scam emails for companies is like really really scary because you can leak information and you can end up in like a ransomware type thing.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay a shit ton of money to make sure you don't lose everything. And your company, so you have that money instead of just some random Joe who has like $1,000 to his name.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so they send us like fake phishing emails, and if you click on it, if you click on the link or the button or whatever in the email, then it will redirect you to a website that basically says you got jebaited, right? They don't actually play that, but it's just like a big like hand. It's like, stop, you got fished.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you're like, fuck, I thought it was real.
Not
I'm
again.
Like, yo,
yeah, and the crazy thing is,
got the
my
same
work
thing,
there.
Denise.
Oh, really? Yeah. Throughout my work there, dude, I fell for it 3 times.
Really?
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I'm actually not the type of person who falls for these things. The reason that I fell for it is because I was an intern, and interns. So the sense of urgency thing, right, is the big thing that scams use to get you to click their links or be quick about it without thinking about the fact that it's a scam, right?
If you don't call back in the next 10 minutes, I will
Wait, so
delete
how are they
all of
doing
your
that with an
information.
email for you?
So since I'm an intern and I'm working there on a short-term contract, right? I expect to get urgent things from HR or whatever telling me like, "Oh, we need your this information," right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to fucking put my bank account on a website or like do anything, but I'll click the link, right? Cuz the email address is actually legit. They use a legit email addresses to bait you even more. Like I look them up sometimes if it's like not directly from the company, and if it's internal at the company, then obviously it's the company. Mm-hmm. So like I'll be like, oh yeah, this is HR telling me that they need me to fill out a form about my employment. It's like if I was a 24-year like veteran at the company, obviously I know that that's a scam because I haven't had to update anything in my employment for the last 50 years, right? But like, I've worked there for like maybe a month at that point, and I hadn't even given them my bank account yet. They hadn't started paying me. So like, I expected to get some sort of correspondence from HR.
Sounds reasonable at that point.
And also have some sort of urgency because maybe payday's coming up and they need my information, right?
Yeah.
So like when I click that link and I get the fucking, you got jebaited. You got jebaited. I was like, bro, what? And then the tips are all like not applicable to me. They're all like, yeah, if you definitely were not expecting this email.
Yeah,
why did you click it?
Don't be a stupid fucking intern and click on this link. You pea-brained imbecile.
Yeah. And then I'm like, wait, but like I was expecting an email like this. And it's like, well, make sure that if there's a sense of urgency in the email that you don't actually click anything on it. It's like, but it makes sense as a sense of urgency because I'm expecting this email. And so like this happened to me 3 times because once was like near the start where they hadn't had my information. Once was near the end where I was like basically like wrapping up my term with them. Mm-hmm. And then the 3rd time was somewhere in the middle where I hadn't heard from HR in a little while and I thought they needed some more information from me, right?
Yeah.
And so like they got me like they spaced them out and they got me at all the best times.
And he's literally the first time you told me that story, right? About how you got jebaited.
Yeah.
Literally a couple days after that, I got an email from what seemed to be like a legit email from the company that I'm working at, right? Same internship experience, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was like, sorry, we need your direct deposit information because we don't have it, and we need it.
Want to pay you, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, wait a second, maybe this is what Anis was talking about. Maybe this is actually a scam, right? And so I read it more carefully, right? And the very end of the email where it said thanks XYZ person, they spelled thanks THANX. They put an X at the end. It was thanks with an X. And I was like, nah, this is not it, right?
Sus.
Damn, so it actually was a scam?
No, it wasn't scam. They actually did not have my direct deposit information, and I got checks my entire co-op. I literally last week they're like, "Hi, we sent you an email 4 months ago from this email address, and we never got
it." Oh no. Yeah, you know what? Like, I feel like, hey, obviously, I'm definitely not an HR specialist or anything like that. So maybe there's a reason for this. But like, especially now that things are remote and it's even harder to like, because like so much things are done through like email correspondence now.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be a better way, right? Like when I got hired after I started working, the first week I was like doing training, and other than all the technical training I had to do, I also had to do a bunch of like HR training, which is kind of like the classic welcome to the company training, right?
Yeah.
And part of that was like cybersecurity, and especially now that people are working from home and they have all the VPNs and all that shit, and like it's way less secure than if you're at work working on a laptop that's only connected directly to the work network locally, right? Like it's a lot more dangerous, and a lot of companies I mean, you heard the whole thing Cyberpunk, right? Mm-hmm. Like where they got a ransom attack, and I think they decided not to pay the scammer, but like they were threatened that they would delete like everything or something like that. They put out a whole statement about it, and it was bad because they didn't give in, right? And so I think they lost a bunch of stuff. Yeah, like it was like right after they released Cyberpunk 2, and after everyone shit on them for Cyberpunk, so it's just not been a good year for those guys. But
explains a lot.
Yeah, but anyway, like that stuff happens a lot where like someone at home is connected on the VPN and they go to like an unsafe website and people like somehow do shit. Like I don't know, I'm not really big in the whole IT stuff and understanding all that. Like basically they just teach you how not to like fall for scams and like to be careful, and like the company's future is on the line. You have the power to murder the company, right? Like they really like make it
they basically
serious.
just want to make sure that they're not getting operated by a bunch of like grandmas who's gonna click on any link and any scam that comes their way.
Right. But then like the least they could do then is have their HR departments send all the forms and like shit like that like is scammy and like sensitive information, like before you start working, and like actually have to check your emails all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like once you get access to your inbox and you actually start using it, really anything could be a scam, right? Like especially these days, like obviously what like for us growing up, it was easy for us to tell when it was a scam because it would be like all lowercase, periods in the middle of the sentence, thanks spelt with an X at the end.
Yeah, somehow legit still. What the hell?
Yeah, like spelling mistakes and like bad English and stuff like that were such a good way to identify them. But obviously now people are, I guess, learning English. and the scammers are getting smarter. A lot of them are still stupid, but some of them are getting smarter. And it's really easy to pretend to be someone else and to steal someone's identity. So like you could definitely get scammed. Like even if you know your shit, you know? Yeah. So like I kind of felt scared every time I got any kind of email that wasn't something that I was like 100% expecting for sure. Like if it was an email from like my boss or something, then it's fine. But if it was like something from HR or from some random person in the company that I've never heard of before, but they're just like a high position emailing everyone to let them know of like a deal or something like that. Like I would be kind of sus because it's like, well, dude, I don't know anything about these people because it's not like I talk to them or work with them. So this could just be a huge scam and I have no idea.
I'm really curious what would have happened if you clicked on every single one of those you got debated emails that they sent you. Like, who would be emailing you like really upset that you clicked on every single one?
Well,
like,
you know, it's really funny though that the head of like security at the company was the one who sent out those emails from like obviously fake email addresses.
Yeah.
But then like he would always send like a summary like at the end of the week after like he expects everyone who would have basically seen the email has seen it.
Yeah.
And he gives the stats of people who clicked on it. And he talks about, like, you know, how to avoid it and stuff like that. And he talks about whether he's disappointed in the results or whatever. And so the very first one where I actually did get debated because it was like a HR thing and I thought it was actually because they needed my bank account stuff.
Yeah.
So that a lot of people failed. Like 17% of people clicked it.
Damn.
And I was like, damn, that's actually quite a bit. And then he in the email he said, next week I'm going to send the exact same email just to see if you guys are still stupid, right? To see how bad we really are, basically. He really wanted to like test the waters here, right? And he sent, like you said, a week later, he sent the exact same email. And obviously that time I didn't click on it because I knew that it was a debate, right? And the fucking like 4% of people clicked on it. No, it wasn't more. If it was more, that would be bad.
That'd be crazy.
But somehow, still like 4% of the people in the company clicked on it. I was like, dude, even if you didn't read the email, if you clicked at if you didn't click it the first time, then there's no reason to click it the second time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no world you would ever click it the second time if you knew the first time that it was fake. So if you did click it the first time, then you knew that it was a bait. So if you got the exact same clone email, the exact same graphics, text, everything, and the button colors, like literally clone of the email, again, you know it's a bait. But somehow people still clicked it. So
what
like
if it was new people? What if it wasn't the first 17%?
I mean, I guess it could have been new hires.
Maybe.
That just or maybe, or you know what? Now that I think about it, it could have been people who didn't see the first email. Maybe just like they just ignored it, or they got busy and just didn't see it, and the second time they did, so they clicked it.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I still feel like sometimes it's still pretty stupid. But like scams though, I want to talk about a bit about scams. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like there was a story in the news that was like this Chinese lady, and her. So what was it? So she lived in BC, I think, like in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
And she, I think her dad had sent her his life savings, because he wanted her to like basically like start making money and like live in Canada a bit so that they could come to and join her.
Yeah.
Over what, like Interac e-transfer or like?
I don't know, dude. Okay. But somehow she had her dad's life savings, right?
Yeah. Okay. Imagine you get that one, an entire life savings.
Yeah. And no, and this is actually real. Like she actually did have this money. Like her dad gave her. That was not a scam. The scam was that these people contacted her impersonating the Chinese government, and basically used the fear tactic because the Chinese government's pretty scary.
Yeah.
And we're like, yo, China needs your help, right? Like,
okay,
if you don't send us all your money, you're donezo, right? Your family's done. And obviously, like, you know, some scary shit with the Chinese government sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
So she was scared for her life and for her family's life, especially the family that was over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, well, fuck, I got to give them the money. And she was so scared, right, that like she didn't even think about like researching or like double checking or whatever. So she literally just sent them like $300,000.
Oh my god.
And they lost everything.
Rip.
And she was so scared, right, that she never told her parents.
Damn. Wait. Now what? I mean, like,
I don't think the story like it just kind of ended there. It's just really sad.
Damn. That's it.
Yeah, like she just got like extremely scammed, and she was too scared to tell her parents that she got scammed, and then she became a news story, I guess.
Damn,
that's
she became
depressing.
A statistic.
Imagine you're the parents and you find out over a news story.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they know or anything like that, and I don't know how long ago this was, but it was definitely, I think, this year or last year. Or actually, no, I actually think it was a few years ago, but she just was like quiet about it for a while because she was worried that the Chinese government would go after her.
Yeah.
But like eventually I guess she realized it was a scam somehow. Probably the fact that they probably just never answered her again or something like that. But yeah, like there's a few like good, since we were talking about YouTube, there's a few good like channels for, you know, scams. Like there's a few YouTube channels that have like blown up for scams, but honestly I don't watch a lot of the big ones. I usually there's a guy I know I like called Pleasant Green. And he's just some guy who sits on his couch in his basement, and he literally just like basically baits scammers and then just goes through the whole shebang, right? He talks to them, he interacts with them, he plays along for a while.
He's the anti-scammer.
Yeah, exactly. And then eventually he'll like roast them. But the thing is, he also tries to like because like the unfortunate thing about scamming in like a lot of the countries where people scam, like stereotypically, I guess, like Nigeria and India, is like a lot of these people do it just because they need a job and they need money.
Yeah.
Or like at least like a lot of the stories that you hear from people from India, I don't know if they're actually legit, but I'm assuming they are, because a lot of people have come out with this story. But like they say that they'll just start working because they need to like feed their family, and then these like are really sketchy workplaces, obviously, and so the boss will basically like get all your information and like know everything about you, and it will almost be like
you're almost like
slavery
scammed.
in a sense.
Yeah, it's like
like you're getting scammed too. Like it's almost like it's not like legit slavery. Like, oh, like you are literally stuck here. We're not letting you. Like, it's not prison or anything. But like if you just quit, then they will send people to like beat you up and shit like that. It's almost like we're dealing with a mafia.
Yeah, you're being like blackmailed. You're being ransomed.
Yeah, kinda. Essentially. So like you usually wouldn't want to get involved at all. But if you need money, right?
Yeah.
So like
going to a loan shark.
He has a few series where he actually ends up like talking to the scammer as a real human and actually working with them. And there was one scammer that he actually ended up like creating a business with.
Yeah.
Okay.
and they actually sold. So they did. There was like it was a whole series, right? And they did a whole like. There's a lot of stuff back and forth, but eventually the guy was able to like. And honestly, I can't remember if he was a scammer or if he saw the scamming series on his channel and decided that he didn't want to scam me. I can't remember if he directly interacted with him or not, right? But like either way, he was like basically I want to not be a scammer anymore. And so he sent him like a camera. He made the investment. He was like, fuck it, dude. If it's a scam, I'm losing like the $60 I spent on this camera, but whatever. He sent him a camera, and the guy said, I'll make like because he was Liberian.
I saw that video series, and then they sold those picture albums.
They sold like picture albums or like scrapbooks or things or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And they made a bunch of money. And they did a Kickstarter or something too, and they raised a bunch of money there too.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy ended up like being like, well, not well off, but like he ended up being fine, and he ended up being like part of like I'm pretty sure he started like an anti-scammer like campaign.
Nice.
And like it was like this whole like positive, wholesome thing that came out of like a troll video, kind of.
The good ending.
Yeah, but then other times it's literally just like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean, man? I'm not scamming you. But obviously there's like a lot of spelling errors, and it's just like really ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's what it is most of the time, to be honest. But yeah, that I like that YouTube channel quite a bit. He puts out YouTube videos every now and then, and to be honest, they get a bit repetitive, but like, yeah, it's pretty solid content. Because like, when you think about scamming, you just think about like how they're like doing a lot of bad stuff, right? Obviously, you don't want to sympathize with a scammer, and why would you, right? Like, makes sense. Especially when you think about like all the old people that are losing their life savings and their pension and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then you're like, wait though, like some of these people are actually just good people that are doing bad things because they don't have a choice, and then if they had a better offer, they would. And yeah, I think that YouTube channel does those people justice, at least.
Yeah, I don't think like the majority of people start off just thinking, I want to be a scammer.
Yeah.
I don't think it generally starts off like that. Like, it comes from some sort of a necessity to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some people though are just like bad-willed though.
Yeah,
like,
some people are,
we knew that guy in high school that scammed grannies for shit gaming PCs, right?
It can be easy money, like so PCs some people are drawn to, you know, gaining wealth in that way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Know how.
I mean, yeah, like if you find like some like crazy life hack that if you fool a few people, you can make a shit ton of money. I could see how people could get tempted, right?
Yeah, there are at least like, some people who would.
Yeah, well, like even like the average Joe might get tempted, but then most people would be like, but actually that's probably not a good idea because it's pretty mean and morally wrong.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, definitely like the idea of like just making like free money in an easy way, even if it's like without thinking about it too much at first, like is definitely attractive. But then you start thinking about all the grannies and shit, and you're like,
yeah.
Oh,
and also I feel like it would be a pain in the ass to figure out how to do like technically speaking, because I'm thinking about it right now. Like, I feel like if somebody just randomly gave me $300,000, my bank would be like, "Hey, yo, excuse me, what's that about?"
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can't just like get $300,000 and just be hunky dory with the organizations that you're holding it with. But
a lot of the time, they ask you to send it through like Western Union or something, right?
Yeah,
which
usually they ask you to do
like
it
your
through
bank.
Bitcoin or some random transfer website like Western Union.
Or they'll be like, they'll say go to Walmart, buy a couple of Walmart gift cards, and then like tell us the codes, right? So they can redeem Walmart money. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because banks are getting better at tracking this stuff down, and also like banks usually. Well, actually, I don't know for sure about this, and this might depend on the bank, but like I'm pretty sure that banks have some sort of like I don't want to say refund because it's not really a refund, but like if there's like a transaction that went through that's like really suspicious and they let you know about it, or you actually did get scammed, I'm pretty sure they can like
because it's all electronic money.
I'm pretty sure they can actually give you money. I don't know if that's out of their pockets or if they're just giving you I don't know how it works, but like it's not like completely like it's because it's traceable, right?
Yeah,
that's why the scammers like to use gift cards and Bitcoin, because that's untraceable.
Yeah,
and it's way easier to just take the money and leave. So yeah, but that's scams are actually pretty scary. I like how we ended up here from Carter's
I thought we
YouTube
were
channel.
almost coming back full circle when you talked about that scammer guy with a YouTube channel.
I'm like, the circle will complete itself. Beautiful.
I remember when we were going to talk about Carter's motivation to continue his channel.
Yeah, remember when that was like the main topic?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it for a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
a
I
little
had a
bit.
question about that though.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, we can go back to that.
Wait, so Carter,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned how like there was a moment of uncertainty when you made that video, and then it just didn't get viewed very much, right?
Yeah.
So like, do you think on average, like your desire to sort of just drop it and move on with your life has gone down as your viewers have gone up?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
when I wake up, I can say with confidence that, even on a day where I don't upload, I'll at least get a couple thousand views, and that's
Nice.
that's something that I don't have to worry about anymore. So, I mean, I don't really have a reason to stop at this point unless something really bad happens.
So
Like I
you're just
suddenly
gonna
don't
continue
have the
being
time.
Quarbit Gaming for the foreseeable future, as far as you know?
As far as I know, yeah.
Let's go.
Wait, so you're not actually just quitting right now?
No, I was actually thinking of quitting right now. Yeah, I'm gonna announce
Yeah.
the end of my channel
No,
right
I'm
now
just
on
making
this
sure that we still
podcast.
have our elite professional plug for Real Talk
Yeah.
Anime.
I got
I mean, it's been
all
pretty
the
helpful though,
trade
because like,
secrets.
because obviously like
Yeah.
YouTube has like, I mean, the inner workings of YouTube are pretty complicated when it comes to like clickbait, and I mean, clickbaiting is easy, but like thinking about all the different things that go into getting more views and getting more watch time and impressions and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously me and Cooper don't really know much about that stuff, but you do. So then
True.
having someone who knows how YouTube algorithms work, kind of, to at least to an extent,
Mm-hmm.
is just nice. I mean, it's almost like the information is probably out there. Like you could probably watch a bunch of videos about it.
I got a
But like,
message
it's
from
just
one of
easier.
my friends from
Yeah.
school that you guys don't know, and
Yeah.
he was
Mhm.
like, "Hey, for your Real Talk podcast, you guys should do a community post and just say, hey guys, have you heard of Minecraft PewDiePie?
Yeah.
PogChamp, you know?
Yeah, you have
Haven't you
to.
done that on your channel, Carter?
Yeah. That was that's an experiment you can
Experiment.
do
Yeah.
Yeah.
with keywords in the community tab, because the community tab is there are two things actually which heavily outweigh videos on YouTube. That's the community tab and shorts.
Oh
Those are
wow.
the
Okay.
two things that get promoted a ridiculous amount because they're underused. But the community tabs, if you put the right keywords, then you can get some
Damn.
crazy stuff going.
Yeah. Like I remember you put out like a really like meme post that like you reposted from someone else who did the same experiment.
Yeah.
And then it ended up actually getting a lot more likes. and a lot of people saw it, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah, it got like 2.8 thousand votes and 557 likes, which pretty sure I don't remember what the rate is, but like people who see it to people who actually vote, it's like a 20% or something.
yeah,
I don't remember.
that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But the
Yeah,
polls matter the most.
Yeah, I've been told by a few people as well that like it would be cool to just put out community posts, because like even though obviously not that many people will be seeing them, it's just being promoted more, so you may as well take advantage of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see community posts on desktop. I don't know if that's just me, but
No, I don't
I've
see
only
them on
ever seen
desktop
I don't
either.
see them
community.
either. I don't either.
Yeah, so I think that's just mobile, to be honest.
Is it a mobile thing? It might
I
be,
think
yeah.
so,
Or maybe
yeah.
there's a specific tab on desktop, like you have to go looking for it
Yeah,
instead.
but at least they're not promoted properly as compared to scrolling on mobile. Yeah.
Yeah, but like one thing I want to talk about for our podcast though is like I feel it could be pretty cool in the future to start streaming these and then just posting the VODs.
Okay.
As like we on our YouTube we post the same stuff, but it's just like we stream it too, so like we can get some live engagement if we have anyone who's interested.
Yeah.
It also means
idea,
though that
yeah.
it also means that we're gonna have to like, I mean, it's not like we really do that much cutting or anything anyway, but like definitely more pressure on the line since you actually have to, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, that'd be cool if we all had face cams. Like, you know what? In the future, if we get enough like community engagement from people, I feel like it'd be cool to start streaming these with webcams and having like using kind of like our YouTube dashboards slightly modified for like for streaming, and then just have the face cams. That would be sick actually.
Do you think we go for a regular runtime compared to what we do for YouTube, or?
Probably, right? Like just like probably like an hour and a half is probably a good time.
Yeah.
I think that right now where we're at with like in terms of like timing and just like the way that we organize stuff is actually pretty good. At least for us. I don't know because we're not the listeners, right? But
I mean, we're also recording at like 10 p.m. right now, so
that's true. That's true.
We don't have the best of actual, timing.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to stick to a schedule, or at least like have some sort of reasonable timings for our streams if we were to do that. But like, yeah, because like I've thought also about like just like streaming just like for games. Like, obviously I don't, but I don't know because sometimes
I think you
play
could.
games with friends.
I think you could.
Yeah. Because sometimes I play games with friends, and it's like, okay, yeah, I probably wouldn't stream this unless it became like a regular thing that I was doing on a stream with just to play with those specific friends. Because like, I mean, you don't necessarily want your friends don't necessarily want to be on stream, and also maybe your friends feel like they can't be themselves on stream if you were to do that. And then on top of that, I think it's just the fact that I play a lot of games these days, and especially Overwatch, play so much Overwatch.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like you'd be able to play Overwatch with us anyways, because you literally get 100 SR every single game on your Smurf.
Yeah,
out of range, outranging everybody. Literally,
it's okay. I figure I have another account. Okay, I can figure it out.
He's just so good. Like he knows.
When that one game that you use to make friends literally becomes the reason why you can't play games with your friends anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm just waiting for us to get a squad, dude. Like, it's been so hard to get a squad lately.
How are we gonna get a squad if we don't have the SR, man? Come on.
No, just believe it, okay? We'll figure it out.
We're gonna use our comp sci skills to hack the system.
If we get the people in the Discord call, we will figure out the SR, okay?
Anis, just apply to be a Blizzard software engineer, all right? Change the rules, man. Make it 1500 SR range for teams.
Yeah. Damn. Hey, did you guys hear that Jeff Kaplan left Overwatch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta sign up, take over his position.
Maybe I should, dude. Jeez.
Yeah.
I kind of look like... No, I don't actually at all. I don't look at him like him at all.
Well...
I mean, you have like a curly hair thing going on.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, there you go. You're doxed. Everybody knows.
Yeah,
everyone knows exactly that. Guys, that's exactly what it looks like.
I want anyone who... So let's say you're a stalker, right? And let's say...
I'm listening.
Yeah, okay. And let's say you want to know what me and Brooke look like. Well, now you know that I have kind of curly hair.
Wow.
I feel like people would probably be able to figure out who we were if they really tried hard enough and sifted through every single detail.
Yeah, I mean, if you went through all the episodes and picked up like every like little hint that we've dropped, because it's not like we're actually like keeping a secret, right? It's just like we're not like going out there and telling people, but like, yeah. So like, if you really went through, you could probably find all the information you needed to find who we are. But
I guess I
think that's a big deal.
If any listener wants to do like an Easter egg hunt, a special project,
yeah,
they want to practice out their stalking skills,
yeah, if you find Cooper's house and go to it, then you get the prize inside, which is Cooper.
Yeah, exactly. The prize. Thank you, Anis. Yeah. Thank you for calling me a prize. That makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah, you get a date with Cooper.
Let's go.
Date. All right.
That's the deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That feels like it could be a good YouTube series, dude. Maybe we should just quit podcasting and just do YouTube series.
YouTube dating series.
Crazy how that works.
Yeah. Well, it's an hour and 10 minutes.
A hot minute.
Yeah, we've been recording for a minute, guys.
Yeah, we've been recording for a hot minute.
Yeah, a hot minute. Like, goddamn.
You guys want to wrap it up here?
Sure.
Cool. Let's go play some Overwatch, guys.
Yeah, sure. I'm actually down.
All right. Well, I'll do the outro then. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in for another episode of the Real Talk Anime Podcast. This was more of a chiller episode.
Yeah.
Because we just did that episode with Tom Gibbous. Please go check that out if you haven't. Yeah. So we're just kind of chilling right now while trying to figure out what the next big project is going to be. And yeah, so thank you so much. Make sure to follow us on our social medias. Obviously, there's a YouTube where we post all of our stuff, available on all other platforms for podcasts. And then our social media, specifically Instagram at Real Talk Anime, Twitter at Real_Talk_Anime. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I stretched while I said that. Okay. I think we're done here. Bye, guys.
All right. See ya.
See ya.